Hey, welcome to Mended Futures, where real stories remind us that broken doesn't mean the end. It's just the beginning of something new.
I'm Evan Bergener.
And I'm Liz Mahan. We're the new Season 2 hosts, and together our goal is to share powerful, true stories of resilience, redemption, and hope.
Each week, we'll walk with people through the valleys and celebrate the moments when light breaks through.
Because every future can be mended, one story at a time.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Mended Futures Podcast. We made it to the third episode.
Woo!
An exciting episode ahead of us. We're going to be talking about giving thanks. The Thanksgiving season is upon us. So Liz and I will discuss what we're thankful for, and stay tuned to the end because we got some really great clips of our staff saying what they're thankful for across 518 as an organization.
So some thoughts about giving thanks specifically is we have the opportunity to contemplate God's goodness to us, and then also focusing on the gifts he gives us and the fulfilling purpose he prepares for us. So a couple verses that we thought of to better understand God's heart toward us. One of them is James 1:17, which says, "Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows."
Yeah, I love this one. Specifically, kind of highlights a lot of times, and I know even I can get like this sometimes, where something good happens to you. Maybe you accomplished this really big project at work, or something at home, some big goal that you had personally. And there's this natural sense of, I did this, whatever, fill in the blank, whatever goal it was. And even if you did like see something from start to end, God gave you the ability to accomplish whatever that was. So this kind of helps remind us that it isn't us. Every good thing comes from him. And it's not just a random chance. He didn't just get lucky. Every good gift comes from him. So I really like this highlighted verse. And also there's another one in Ephesians 2, verse 10 that says, "We are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." And in light of these plans that's being discussed in Ephesians 2:10, we have a few questions to kind of discuss regarding what we're thankful for. The first one being, what gifts has God given you this year? It could be a physical gift. It could be not. It can come in all sorts of forms. So Liz, what would that be for you?
Yeah, so the first thing that comes to mind for me for what gifts God has given me this year is definitely deeper community. I'm so thankful for not only family, but found family. And I'm just so appreciative of the people I have around me that make me a better person and just love me so intentionally. And through that, I'm also thankful for the gift that God has given me in better understanding his love for me through those people. So it's being loved fully for who I am. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be on. I don't have to have everything together. And that's true for the people that I have around me, but also that's true for the God we love. So I think that's really, really cool that he's given me the gift of people to point me to that truth in him. So that's what I would say. That came first to my mind. But yeah, I think it's really cool to reflect on not only just physical gifts of, oh, God has given me XYZ, but really reflecting on like what's around me and being thankful for that. So I'm curious, I'm going to shift it to you. What gifts has God given you this year?
Yeah, I also kind of thought of something that wasn't necessarily a physical gift. This year, something I've been really grateful for is like I've had a really good support system. Like specifically for me, like I've never gone to therapy. That's been a thing. And I've always like kicked around the idea. I always think it's great for everybody, but I haven't gone personally myself.
Yeah.
And I had some good people that have spoken into my life, you being one of them, just kind of like encouraging me to pursue that myself and, being able to normalize that and that everybody can get something positive out of therapy. So I've been really grateful for that. So that's kind of where I gravitated towards when I thought about what I'm thankful for this year.
I love that.
I'll shift it back your direction. What are the most rewarding ways God has allowed you to serve this year?
Yeah, so I know we were talking about this a little bit before the episode started, but with our volunteer time off that we get to have at 518, I'll let you expound on that. But other things that I thought of too is the ability to serve at church. And how that's been really growing for me, and the selflessness of learning, like, you can't go to church just to be a consumer, but you can like pour in with your gifts as well. One of my gifts is hospitality. So I get to serve on like the welcome team, and that's really fun, and just making people feel like intentionally welcomed, intentionally seen, and wanting to connect them, that they're not feeling like they're just there and just a number. It's like, no, you're here. And that's like, we want to pour into you. So I love that I get to do that. And also I feel like this year was the year of helping my friends move. My husband and I swear, moved the entire town of Lynchburg this year. But what that's taught me a lot, I think it was 3 moves in one weekend that we helped friends with. And I'm just thankful, it's like tiring, but the ability to have people in our lives, we have community here, and the ability to serve them is such a gift. And I think sometimes, when there's a cost to it, that's what service is there's a cost. And sometimes that is your back. But truly so grateful that it's like, I have people that I can help and can serve and get myself out of the way. And I think it's easy to get into our own heads of, oh, this is hard in my life, or this is difficult, or I don't like this that's going on. But getting out of your own mind and serving someone else, it's like, it makes you feel so much better. But also it's like, that's like following in the steps of what Jesus did, is like he served selflessly. So I think that's been really cool. And, it's a blessing to be inconvenienced, and it's a blessing to have people in my life that I can move. And when I'm ready to move, I'm calling on y'all. But those are things that come to mind for sure, is just the ability to serve selflessly, I think, is something he's really given me. I'm curious what you think. What are some like rewarding ways God has allowed you to serve this year?
Yeah, I did mention the VTO, which, if for those that don't know, we at 518 get the chance to take some time out of our normal work schedule and go and serve somewhere else. So a lot of the time we'll use that time to volunteer at other organizations. Like we served a morning at Daily Bread. We did their lunch hour, serving food, prepping it, putting it in the boxes, and that was a really cool opportunity.
Yeah.
We went to Parkview Mission and did the clothing connection there, just sorting through the clothes, putting them on the shelves, organizing it however they wanted to. And those are really cool opportunities, just because you get to learn more about other organizations in Lynchburg and what exactly it looks like. It's one thing to hear about their mission and what they do, and it's another to take be an active participant in that. And that's a really cool thing that we're blessed to be able to do during our normal work hours.
Yeah.
So that's been a really cool thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that with CASA coming up pretty soon as well. So just really cool things that we get to do. And it's been very rewarding. It's always great just to step away from your normal day to day and just feel like I contributed somewhere. So we're grateful to get those opportunities, both to have VTO and just for our other organizations in the community that allow us to help serve there.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
I think in like nonprofit life too, it's so easy to kind of think of, am I really making a difference? And it can get really overwhelming if you look really broadly, but being able to do volunteer time off and like serve in organizations that we're partners with, or seeing the good that's happening in the community. It's like, no, like differences are being made every day. And it's really cool to see how different people's gifts and different people's passions make those differences. Like the Parkview community, like the clothing connection that they have requires a very different set of skills than like Lynchburg Daily Bread has, as far as employees. And it's cool to see how God uses people's gifts to bless the community. So I think that's been a really cool thing too, is it's really cool to get out of your day to day, like you were saying, and see the good that's happening when it can be really discouraging of like, am I actually making a difference? Like, because nonprofit work, I feel like you can kind of get burnt out easily, but it's been really, really cool, which I've enjoyed too.
I'll yes and one more thing on that. I do think it's one thing when you're like on the outside looking into volunteering opportunities, and you might look at CASA. One of their main things is having mentors for the kids that they work with. And you might think, I am not qualified for that for X, Y, and Z reasons. And you might think, what do I have to give an organization like that? And we're going around and hanging up posters.
Yeah.
And you
So
might not
fun.
think that brings much to the table, but it does. You can ask anybody that works at a nonprofit, and one of the most important things that they need is just people that are advocates of theirs out and around town. So you going up, putting up posters, you may not think that brings anything of significance, but it really does.
Yeah.
It's spreading that awareness, and that's such an important piece to anybody, is like getting the word out.
Yeah.
So even stuff like that, you may not think you're qualified or up to the task of certain volunteering roles, but there's something for everybody out there.
Absolutely.
So just do a little bit of research and find where you can help, whether you have the gifts or you're just hanging up posters, you know?
All it takes is a willing spirit.
That's right.
We love it. Okay, awesome. Cool. Well, I will ask you, how do you feel that God has prepared or equipped you to serve better this coming year?
That's a really great question. Something that has been preparing me to better serve has been my life group through church. I've been blessed to go to Compassion Church of the Nazarene over on Wards Ferry. It's a great church, and my favorite part about it has been our life group. I'll give a shout out to one of our staff here, Rachel Lee. She's one of our small group leaders.
Yay, Rachel.
And her husband, Zach, are both phenomenal people, and they've made a really great life group. And they've created this environment where we can share anything, whether we're comfortable doing it in the group setting or just to them directly. It's an open door policy, and they're great. You know, a sounding board for whatever I've got going on. I can go to either of them one-on-one and kind of like, you know, share what all's going on in my life. And they're very encouraging. They create that space. And it's so important just because everybody's got something going on.
Truly.
Everybody has a storm. And if you just keep all that in, or like, you know, if Caitlin and I just try to do everything on our own, like it's not going to work. We need that community and that encouragement. And Rachel and Zach and the rest of our group do such a good job at encouraging us and pushing us towards the good things, the things that we should be doing. So that's been a big encouragement for me. And I'm grateful that God's given us that group for almost 2.5, 3 years now.
Love.
So that's been an absolute blessing for us.
For sure.
What about you?
Yeah, I think kind of bouncing off of yours, just having people that pour into me as well, so then I can pour out better and like be a better leader and be a better servant and serve better. So I think that's been really cool, is God has put very intentional people in my life that are like 2 years ahead of me, 3 years ahead of me, 10 years ahead of me, that are speaking into my life or pointing things out of like, hey, I think you should do this, or hey, I wouldn't have done that, maybe this instead, and really caring about me at like a soul level. And I really, really appreciate that. So I think that's been cool, is to see, because it's one thing to look up to someone like far away, but seeing them like living out day to day what it means to like love the Lord and what it means to love other people well, I think it's been really cool. And like but the gift it is that people have given me of like seeing their lives up close. And it's like, I want to model that and I want to do that. So that's been like such a gift. So I think that makes me want to serve better and prepares me to do that. And serving in a way, like I said earlier, like that is truly selfless, but also really, really intentional of like, okay, truly, like, what am I doing in this role? And like, how can I be like loving the people around me really, really well? So I think that's been a really big gift to me, is seeing people's lives that are a couple steps ahead of me and being like, that, I want that. And I want to do that. So yeah, it's so, so cool. And what that, like them leading in vulnerability and teaching me I can be vulnerable too, and all these things. So yeah, just truly like this episode is making me remember just like how thankful I am for the Lord giving me just incredible people in my life. Like very, very blessed in that way.
Yeah, it is really cool, like looking up and realizing people are running the same race as you. They're right alongside you. It can be discouraging if you feel like you're doing everything on your own.
Yeah, truly.
But having those folks that model it and you're like, they're doing it, I can do it too.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if your family has this tradition or not, but I feel like a lot of like stereotypical traditions for Thanksgiving is like going around the Thanksgiving table, saying what you're thankful for. So since we're focusing on the Thanksgiving episode right now, what are some things that you kind of think you're going to mention if your family has that tradition, or things that come to mind when you're thinking of what you're thankful for?
All right. So if I'm sitting at the table,
Right.
I got the turkey in front of me.
Right.
The family is listening in to what I have to say.
Yes.
Here's what I'm going to lay down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for deeper friendships this year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was blessed to make a bunch of newer friendships, both through work and outside of work. And this year has kind of been more of deepening those relationships and getting kind of past the surface friendship level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person that likes smaller, more intimate, like friends rather than like large groups.
Truly.
I just function a lot better in those. And so I've been blessed to have a couple of folks this year that I've been able to get to know a lot better and to be able to do more life with, for lack of a better term. So that's been something I've been really thankful for. This year, my wife and I finally found a place to live long term. We bought a townhome here locally in the Lynchburg area. So a place to put down roots.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of tired of moving, and we were blessed to be able to find a good place for us to settle down with us and the dog. And it's been great. It's been a huge blessing to us to have a place to call home. And Lynchburg's a great place to be. So we're super happy to stick around for a good while. And also another thing, just with work, with different projects that I've been having to do in the past year or so, just being able to actually work with some of the different people outside of my normal scope. I've been able to, Adam Holcomb, I got to have a couple meetings with him, one of our counselors, and just a absolute gem of a human being.
No, seriously, golden retriever energy.
He is so, just radiates kindness all the time. Like, even when Adam is not having the best day, he still doesn't give that off. Like, he'll tell you he's not having a great day, but it's still just great to see him. That's just the energy that he brings into the room.
For sure.
So getting to meet people like him, getting to work, I got to have a one-on-one meeting with Nicolette, our new CPO, here last week, and getting to work alongside her in our database. That's been pretty cool. So just having those different opportunities, we can get so caught up in our normal day-to-day. And I have people I frequently collaborate with, but getting to get out of that scope even further is always really cool, because we have a lot of really passionate people that are amazing at their jobs here at 518, and just getting to know them a little bit better, work alongside them and see how they do things, that just blesses me. So getting those chances is something that I don't take for granted, and I think it's a really fun and cool thing to do. So,
I love that. That's so sweet.
I will turn it over to you.
Yes. Okay. Things I'm grateful for. We were joking before this episode that I was going to say stuffing. So we have to give a shout out to Stovetop Stuffing, not sponsored. But I'm thankful for Thanksgiving food. I'm also thankful for the concept of rest. That was something that going into 2025, I really wanted to focus on, what does it mean to rest well? And not just being on my phone doom scrolling and feeling exhausted and drained, or I'm wandering around when I have time off of what am I doing, but really sitting down and being what things do I enjoy? So resting well through doing art again and being creative, or hanging out with friends more intentionally and using my time well. So I'm really thankful for the concept of rest. And I think that I'm someone who tries to rest perfectly sometimes. And it's girl, what are you doing? But also I think I'm learning that rest can look different depending on what you and your body need, but also the only person who gives us perfect rest is the Lord. So we don't need to try to rest outside of that. It's we can rest by trusting him and being still and moving slowly. And so that's been really cool to learn this past year, and just having hobbies and being filled up in that way. Because I think going into this year, I kind of thought rest was just laying down and watching TV. And it's well, no, I mean, that can be, but
can be. It doesn't look the same every time either.
Yes, for sure. Another thing that I'm grateful for is I feel it's been really pointed out to me recently that I have a lot of cool giftings that I didn't know I had, that God's given me. I also work in the wedding industry as well as working at 518, and getting to see my creativity through that, of doing fun table settings, or things with fashion and wedding dresses and the things I'm passionate about. I feel I'm kind of getting really filled up in that way through work, or having cool conversations with coworkers or donors. I feel there's just been such a new appreciation for work because I'm resting better. I'm getting more filled up outside of work. So therefore, when I'm at work, I'm also feeling filled up, not burnt out. So thankful for that. Another thing that comes to mind is the concept of family and found family. I am so, so, so grateful for the people in my life. And like I said earlier, just the way that they pour into me, but also like they see me up close and love me so well. And I always want to love them well and just resting with them. Like that's the way I rest best, is being with people where it's like you can kind of turn your brain off and you don't have to like think to be around. So just truly so, so grateful for the people in my life. So that is what I would say. I know I chatted about my love for stuffing and all of that jazz, which is one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving. But I'm curious, what is one of your favorite parts of Thanksgiving?
You were talking about stuffing, and it made me think my favorite dish of all time. My mom makes the best sweet potato casserole with coconut on the top.
Ayo.
It gets a little crunch to it. It's so sweet. People are always gassing up the marshmallow kind, and there's no slander to the marshmallow kind, but that is the superior way to do it.
Okay.
And that's my favorite dish. But
iconic.
My favorite part of Thanksgiving, aside from that, is really it can be, we were talking about like sitting around the table and like saying what you're thankful for. And some people, it's like eye roll inducing. They're like, do we really have to do this and do this exercise? But I've kind of come around on that. I used to be like that. It really is that time. And it's just a great opportunity to step back and examine the big picture. Like in the grand scheme, it was great. Like all these good things happened this year, and it's so easy to not take any time to pause. With even a year's time, like when was the last time you thought about what you were thankful for?
No, truly.
Like for a lot of people, it probably was last Thanksgiving.
Right.
So I'm really grateful for that set aside time where we get the opportunity to come together as a family, or if you're getting together with friends, doing a little Friendsgiving situation, getting together and saying what you're thankful for and having that opportunity to be like, I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for all the great things that have happened this year. I'm grateful that maybe there were hard times this year, but we were able to go through those together. I love that time of reflection, and just any excuse to do so, I think is a great thing. So
I love that.
That's probably my favorite part about Thanksgiving. What about you? Yeah,
I think kind of bouncing off of what you said, like the concept of, thankfulness can be a lifestyle, not just one day. That made me think of like, dang, like when was the last time I like intentionally sat down and thought about like what I was thankful for, and not on Thanksgiving. But also like something that's like my favorite part, or like what I'm looking most forward to this coming year. Because I've talked about the people in my life so much, I really want to make an emphasis this Thanksgiving of like, I'm thankful for you and here's why, and telling people intentionally and like encouraging them and building them up, because I feel like that's all I've yapped about this episode is just like the people in my life, but it's like literally so true. And it's how can I be an encouragement this Thanksgiving to the people around me of like, hey, you might have not thought there was a lot of significance in this small thing you did for me, but truly like I'm still thinking about it and like love you so much. So I think I'm excited to just really bless other people and let them know the importance that they have in my life. I think that's what I'm excited for. And stuffing.
That's awesome.
And apple pie.
All the stuffing, all the food, all the apple pie.
All the Thanksgiving food.
All the good stuff. Well, whether you guys in the audience are with your birth family or your found family or whatever that may be this Thanksgiving, we hope you guys take the time to examine and say what you're thankful for and tell the people in your life that you love them.
Yes, truly.
So at this point, we're actually going to transition to the staff, what they're thankful for, what the 518 staff are thankful for.
I'm excited to hear about this.
Yeah, a lot of great sound bites.
Yes. I hope that you guys, we hope you guys have a very happy Thanksgiving, have a great time celebrating, and we will see you next episode.
Hello, I am Melina. I am the Foundation and Donor Relations Coordinator here at 518 Family Services. And this holiday season, I am thankful for the Lord and the guidance that He has provided me this year. I am also thankful for my friends and the ability to travel.
My name is Olivia Cashin, and I'm a therapeutic mentor at Hat Creek Camp. And this holiday season, I am thankful for Dan West, the best boss I've ever worked with, who helps kids and families in our community with great compassion and commitment to everything at 518 that we stand for.
Hi, I'm Adam Holcomb. I run our marriage and relationship services at 518, and I'm thankful for my wife and kids, for my relationship with Jesus, and for all the great things that we're able to do in the community to help others.
Hello, I'm Allison Jordan. I'm the collaboration consultant with Vision 30. I am incredibly thankful for the spirit of our community right now. I see so many kingdom-minded people stepping in to the river at every point to help vulnerable families. And we know that we're going to make a difference through meaningful relationships. And I see people who are willing to open their hearts and their lives. And it's not always opening up their wallets. So for that, I am thankful for our community rallying around our village.
Hi, my name is Henry Bruns. I'm the Director of Clinical Training with 518 Family Services. In this holiday season, I am thankful for my family, my friends, and the patience, grace, and mercy of the Lord.
Hey, my name is Brian Moss. I'm the Therapeutic Services Coordinator at Hat Creek Camp. And during this holiday season, I am thankful for family and friends and a healthy community.
Hi, I'm Vinny Tedeschi. I am the Director of IT at 518 Family Services. And this year, I'm particularly grateful for my family, my wife, Mindy, and my son, Joey, and the joy and support we share together.
Hi, I'm Janice Clemens. I'm the Director of Family Empowerment at 518 Family Services. And I am thankful for my church family. I'm thankful that I live in an area that has all 4 seasons. And I'm thankful for the camaraderie we have in the workplace.
Hi, my name is Cameron Dean, and I am a family advocate with the Family Care Team. And this holiday season, I'm thankful for my community, my family, and for the many coffee shops that started not charging extra for oat milk.
Hey, so I'm Dave Frett. I am the Director of Fatherhood at 518 Family Services. And this holiday season, I'm thankful for family, especially an addition of a first granddaughter this year. And so much to be thankful for. I'm also thankful for all of the dads who are killing it out there, really taking care of and stepping up into their roles. Fatherhood is such an impactful part of family life. So all you dads out there, keep strong.
My name's Nicolette Antonick. I'm the Chief Program Officer. And this holiday season, I am most thankful to have family that is closer than former years, to have friends who I can connect with across vast distances, and honestly, to have so many opportunities locally where I can plug in with family and friends to just relax, because sometimes it gets busy.
Hi, I'm Jeff Nitz, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer here at 518 Family Services. And in this time of thankfulness, I'm most grateful for 2 things. Number one, an awesome set of staff. We have some incredible people that work here. God keeps sending awesome people. And it's a pleasure to work with so many people that love the Lord and have a heart of service. And secondly, I'm thankful for the donors, all the different individuals, churches, businesses, and such that just love supporting this organization and what we're accomplishing together. That's what I'm thankful for this year.
Hello, I'm Trish Carwile. I'm the corporate receptionist at the Windhurst office for 518 Family Services. When I was asked to say what I'm grateful for and was praying, God gave these to me in the form of a poem. So here goes. I'm thankful for Jesus saving my soul. His marvelous grace is making me whole. He patiently leads me and heals, corrects me, directs, and seals. Where would I be without him? I cannot begin to envision. I'm forever grateful for all his unimaginable provision. Yes, I'm grateful for my family and friends in my life, my home, food, and all the things he has brought me through. But what I'm most excited to see is what's next, his loving plan and what he is going to do.
The Mended Futures Podcast is a production of 518 Family Services, formerly Patrick Henry Family Services in Lynchburg, Virginia. Our mission is to build communities of faithful relationships that ensure children are safe and families are restored.
Mended Futures are at the heart of who we are, our stories, our hope, and our vision. They aren't just stories we tell, they're something you can help create. When you give to 518, you're not just making a donation, you're stepping into someone's story. You're helping a family find hope, and you're helping our community heal.
Because of the generosity of people like you, reconciliation is happening in our community each day. Our donors further the mission of seeing every child with a thriving family supported by a faithful community.
We want to see Mended Futures for families in Lynchburg, Virginia, and the 4 surrounding counties. So we invite you to check out our website, 518.org/givemended. That's FIVE18.org/givemended. Join us in the ministry of reconciliation.